Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube. What? Famous now. Available in 2021, the album, Dad AF. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Rock on. Beast. Gold Dust Woman. Good evening, audience and distinguished panel of judges. My name is Peter Monn, number 49, residing from the great state of Indiana, proving, yes, there is indeed more than corn in Indiana. That's my little pageant moment there. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Distinguished panel of judges and audience. Listen, okay, now I know some of you out there that you have some strong feelings about me, good and bad, and you're the distinguished panel of judges, so thank you for watching yet again. Woo! I just got off of doing family friendly, okay? I just finished, I just ended, I can't say anything right. We just concluded the True Crime Book Club for the month of May, our live stream. We had such a great time today. Thank you, Mel, to my partner. We had so much fun over there today. I have got the giggles. I don't know. I'm just so excited. I am so excited for this evening. Listen, we're doing the countdown right now. If you don't know, in less than 2 hours is the boxing match with Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, and I can't wait. Anyway, in other news, the season or series finale of Pose is on this evening, which I think is a little more important than the boxing match of Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, of which I could care less. I don't really understand this whole like boxing thing with the YouTubers. I don't get it at all, and it just seems to me that like nobody else really cares a whole lot about it either, except for about the same 16 people that box each other. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But anyway, all right, let's get into today's video. We have a lot of drama to talk about today. Where are my lips? Of course. When your lips are dry as my... Oh, that's out of tune. Okay. When your lips are dry as mine. Testing, testing, testing. Then it's Luna Beauty time. Up an octave. Okay, so we have so much drama to talk about today. I honestly did not think that I was going to make a drama video, and I had taken some screenshots of some stuff that I had seen yesterday that people like nonstop sent me, and then I was like, well, it's not really enough to make one video about it, and then I was looking through Twitter, and I saw some things that Def Noodle had posted, and I was like, oh, this is very, very interesting, and it kind of goes together, so I thought we could talk about that. So the first thing that I was sent yesterday, I was sent this tweet. I will put the tweet up here for you. I saw it. Well, several people sent me the tweet, but then I also saw that Spill Sesh, she had retweeted it and said, if this is true. The tweet is from an account called, hold on a second, I don't have my reading glasses, Intoxicate Me, okay? And this Twitter account put out, now I will tell you, I tried to reach out to them for a statement. I didn't tweet at them because I just, you know, whatever. But they do not have their DMs open that you can direct message them. So I was like, whatever. I'll just report on it and hey, listen. But this person said, she, he, whatever. Shane Dawson has been interviewing people about hashtag Free Britney. It is rumored that a Free Britney documentary will be his comeback to YouTube. And I thought this was really interesting. First of all, I'm like, okay, this Twitter account that has like 1,000 followers just out of the blue seems to know that Shane Dawson is interviewing a lot of people for a documentary about Britney Spears. I was like, where did they find this information at? Where did they hear that this is going on? I honestly was kind of surprised that more people, I mean, if that is true, that Shane Dawson is going and interviewing people about the Free Britney documentary, you would think that he would be interviewing people that are close to the situation. I also think that it's rather interesting if that's the documentary that he is choosing to do, because Jake Yonsei and his partner have kind of, that do the videos together about Free Britney, have kind of cornered the market on those videos a little bit, and have really done some deep dive, I think that's their channel actually, is called Deep Dive investigations that are thorough and very interesting on the whole Free Britney movement. So then for Shane Dawson to come out, Shane Dawson steals somebody else's idea, I can't imagine that. So I was rather surprised, like, if this is true. I don't really believe there's a lot of merit to this. I just think somebody just chose to throw out, if there is, put out the evidence and the proof, because I'd like to see it. Would be interesting to me. So I'm wondering where these rumors are coming from, or where he's rumored to be doing that. I don't know. That, you know, he is going to make his return with a Britney documentary. If that's the case, like, if that's the big project that Trisha Paytas was talking about, I'm very confused about this. That Shane Dawson thinks, this is where the delusion is just unbelievable. That Shane Dawson believes that he can make this fantastic return on the heels of Britney Spears. I can tell you right now, if that documentary comes out, and I don't really care how it's made, my response to that is going to be, so you screwed up all over the internet, have taken very little accountability for it, ran to the hills, and have been hiding behind the editing of your fiance's videos for the last year so that you could come out and use this poor woman's troubles to your advantage, to use it as a medium to come back to YouTube. This is your plan, right? This is what you're doing. If Shane Dawson really thinks that he can come out with this documentary, unless it's a documentary that he's going to be, I don't know, putting out on the Hulu or, you know, the Netflix or something like that, I would be really surprised that this would be the documentary that he would come back on his regular YouTube channel and just post that with, like, no, like, hey, this is where I've been or this is what I've been doing. I think it'll be really interesting. The other thing that you have to remember, too, is in his past series that he did, you know, there were other people in the background, like, you know, Garrett was there, Andrew was there filming and things like that. This would literally, his next series, whatever he did, unless he reinvented himself completely, would basically just be like he and Ryland, you know, and I can't imagine what that's going to be like. I mean, a lot of the interactions and the, like, you know, Garrett standing there and being like, oh, you know, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, and Andrew in the background talking. I mean, Andrew was a huge part of these series, whether we want to acknowledge that to the past or not. Like, he really, really was. When, you know, like, he was, like, kind of like the third person there when they would be talking and, you know, just, I mean, he was a character in the series as well. So for Andrew, who is now a part of the Sweet Boys podcast, to not be part of that, I mean, I think we know he's not filming with Shane anymore. And then that would also make you further wonder, well, if all this time Andrew has been doing, and they haven't unfollowed each other or anything. I mean, maybe they're still best friends, who knows? But for Andrew to be doing the podcast with Garrett, which a lot of people have been looking at these tweets that Garrett has been putting out and through the last year and saying that are these alleged remarks that he's making about Shane Dawson. They've kind of made some remarks themselves in the Sweet Boys podcast that could be about Shane Dawson, on and on and on. So it makes you wonder if that's what Andrew has been focused on in the last year, is doing this podcast with Garrett Watts, then he isn't filming with Shane Dawson to do the series. And if Andrew isn't filming with Shane Dawson, why is that? Then they did have a falling out. Then there was some discussion, because if he really is putting together this deep dive investigation of Britney Spears, right, and the Free Britney movement, then he would have had to have had a videographer with him the whole time to film all that, right? He can't do both of it unless it's a completely different kind of series, like I said before. And if he has a completely different videographer, why? Why is he not using, you know, Andrew again? I mean, we are not aware of any falling out other than what Trisha Paytas has said about Andrew and Shane not being friends anymore. So it's even more speculative. And I think that Shane Dawson just needs to sit down and come back, quit being a coward, and address his audience. He needs to address his fans, and he needs to address the people that have questions, and just say, here's the deal. Like, I'm not friends with these people anymore. We had a falling out, okay? Like, I affected their reputation. I feel horribly about it, but we're not friends anymore. Rylan and I, we basically just been living by ourselves, except for Morgan comes over sometimes, and Lizzie Gordon, when she's here to film the podcast for Rylan's podcast, because we know it's Rylan's podcast, not Rylan and Lizzie, and on and on and on. And, you know, like, we've just been kind of hanging out and doing our thing, and I didn't really know how to return. I want to make a return. I want to start doing series again. I want to do these documentaries again. I really effed up in the past, you guys, and I've really taken a lot of time to look at that. I have really been, you know, like, going to counseling, and I've been doing, like, a lot of, you know, evaluation of, like, who I was and why I thought these jokes were appropriate and funny, and where I am today with that, and do I still feel that way, or have I changed, and if I've changed, why have I changed, and just sit down and talk to his audience. I just don't understand why they think that wouldn't be as well received as just kind of sneaking back in with some kind of weird documentary. I don't believe the Free Britney thing is actually, there's a whole lot of merit or truth to that. I think that Shane has shifted projects. I think the project that Trisha referred to originally is not the project that Shane is probably working on now, because Trisha screwed that for Shane. I think that original project was, let me show you, like I said, I did a whole video about this before, let me show you where I was, and back then, how I started on YouTube. Let me show you how I got to where I'm at today. Let me also kind of show you the times they are changing and how they've changed. I came out, you know, as bi. This is who I am today. I found the love of my life who has really helped me be the person that I want to be. And this is where I am today, and this is who I want to be going forward. And then I think it would have their wedding in there at some point. And I thought that was originally what his project was going to be. If he's going to come out and just do some documentary series, I think it's going to be very, very poorly received. Very poorly received. I think there will be enough people out there. I mean, I was looking at some of the things, the comments underneath there, and people were like, I love his documentary series and whatever. But I think that the backlash that he will receive as a result of not addressing anything and just being back will be very similar to the backlash that he receives when he puts out like these mystery boxes and stuff, you know, which of course they sell out, but he only releases a limited number of them each time. So of course they look like they sell out, right? So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about, which the second thing kind of goes along with that, which is interesting, is that Def Noodles put up today on Twitter, breaking news that will most definitely change your life, which is what he always puts before his tweets. Tati Westbrook removes her Breaking My Silence video from YouTube nearly 1 year after publishing it. And I think what's interesting about this is, number one, I didn't know that until somebody, I don't know, if somebody sent it to Def Noodles, or no, he usually credits the person that sent it to him. So I don't, I guess I should probably look and see, because that would probably be a good idea to give out some, okay, hold on a second, to give out some credit where credit is due. Okay, oh, I mean, he tweets out every like 5 seconds, right? Okay, where is it at? Here it is. Via Minroll, which is their account name is Socks. So thank you for that. But then a lot of people started sending it to me on Instagram and on Twitter and everywhere else. And so I went in and looked, and Tati Westbrook has indeed taken down her video, Breaking My Silence, which is really interesting. I actually, when I first saw this, I thought it had been down for quite some time. I thought she had taken it down a long time ago. Am I wrong about that? Maybe I am wrong. I don't know. So I guess it's been up this whole time. But if it, I don't know. I just thought it was down. Maybe, was that her previous video that she took down? Because there was two, right? I can't remember at this point. But yeah, I think it was her previous video that she took, yeah, she took that one down. So this one, I guess, has been up. What's interesting to me about that is that we're coming up on like the year mark of all of this stuff. We're coming up on the year mark of Shane Dawson making his statement about the circus. We're coming up on the year mark of Tati Westbrook, and then leaving the internet for good, right? We haven't seen Shane Dawson except for in a few Ryland videos here and there and whatever in the background of the podcast. And then Tati Westbrook leaves the internet for good, okay? And then, you know, what's interesting about this is when you look at the players that are in this originally, well, Jeffree Star has continued to push through and push through and push through, because he has had the mentality, and I think probably for him as a businessman, it works well as a businessman. I don't think it works well as social media. Jeffree Star's attitude is don't address anything, keep on pushing, 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 right? I just don't think he's pulling the same numbers that he was pulling before. It was interesting that there's all this discussion right now that Jeffree Star is like the richest YouTuber that's out there and blah, 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 whatever. I don't believe it's because of his views. I mean, it's obviously because of his makeup, and it's because of other things that he has and whatever. Because, I mean, he gets views, but he doesn't get views like everybody else gets views. There's people out there. Hell, there are channels, you guys, let me just tell you, okay? There are channels, I am so obsessed with these channels, of these guys out in the woods, in the jungle, okay? Building these underground, like, caverns that have, like, water slides and water parks in them. Have you seen these made out of clay? And they do it by hand. And bucket. I am, like, obsessed with these videos. I'm, like, absolutely obsessed with these videos. I have found all these different communities that I've been watching. So now my whole thread, you know, or feed on YouTube is all about people, you know, making those underground caverns, and they make water parks for dogs and stuff. They're so peaceful. Oh my God, I just could watch them all day long, you know. And then my other thing is, I used to say I hated the ASMR, but I'm kind of starting to love the ASMR a little bit, okay? But the ASMR, but I call it the ASMR. Anyway, the ASMR that I love is the one that it's called like cats screeching in a Paris night while music plays at a jazz club while it's raining. Oh my God, I I love those so much. They're so fun, you know? Or like dogs barking on the street while we make love in a back alley with a fight in the liquor store with Nina Simone singing in a cab or something like that. Oh, while it's snowing outside. Have you guys seen these? Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with them. That's the kind of asthma that I can live for all day long. But anyway, and then the other community that I'm like so obsessed with right now are these Lonely Hearts people. Have you seen this? Oh, it's so sad. It'd break your heart into a million pieces. Does mine every single day. So I just have to say, Nick Snyder, he tweeted out today. He was like, why does he remind me of Peter Monn or something that, referring to Leslie Jordan? If I had $1 for every time somebody said that I reminded them of Leslie Jordan, could we get a Leslie Jordan and Peter Monn collaboration out there? I just want to say thank you to Nick for that. I appreciate it. Because I love Leslie Jordan. But can we get a Peter Monn Leslie Jordan collaboration? You talk about some clout. Okay, listen, I need that man's cloud all day long. I don't call it the clout. I call it the cloud. The cloud, you know. I need Leslie Jordan's cloud all day long. I do that. But anyway, so this Lonely Hearts Club, have you heard about these people now? Oh my God, it's the sadliest thing in the whole world. So they post these videos, and the videos like, their first video ever will be something like, I'm 26 and I have no friends, but it's okay, or something like that. And then I watch it, and it's so sad. Oh my God. And I relate to so much of it, because see, I have the social anxiety, you know, where I'm like, I don't like to go into social settings, and I wonder what people are saying and all that kind of stuff. I've had it since I was a kid, probably because I was bullied so horribly. And these people, they talk about being bullied horribly too, you know. And so anyway, I watch these videos, and I just get so sad, and I feel so bad, and I want to be friends with all of them, you know. But then I start watching them, and what's interesting about these communities is, like, their first video will get like 1 million views, and then you can tell they get like a bunch of followers off that, right? Because it's a bunch of lonely people that are following other lonely people and thinking they can all be friends together, see? I think it's real nice, so don't you? I think it's real nice. But anyway, I don't think they really know what else to make videos about, because then you'll look and it's like 2 weeks later and it'll say, still 26, I have no friends update. And then it's like, okay, well, what else do you have to say about the topic? And then I'll look, and it's like a month later, and it's like, still 26, and it's okay, and I don't know what to talk about, update. And I'm like, well, what more do you have to talk about on this topic? Like, we're kind of 3 hours into this topic right now, and then you go and watch it, and these people, they make me so sad. Oh my God, they're so sad. And they're like, I don't have any friends. I've never had any friends. And then they'll say things, and they'll be like, well, my wife, she doesn't understand why I have any friends, you know, because I have these workout partners when I go to the gym, and I'm always like, well, I kind of think that's friends a little bit, you know. Am I like delusional that I think like people that I go to meetings with, and the lady that works at the gas station and the guy that works at the drive-thru, I think they're my friends. Am I delusional? I guess maybe I don't have any friends. I think I'm going to do one of those videos, though, for real, though. And I'm going to say, I'm 48, almost 49. I don't have no friends. Okay? Just because I want their cloud. Because I think it's so sad. No, but like, for real. Then I have to tell you, I was watching this one guy. And he was like, his video came up. Because, of course, I watch all these videos. And he was like, his was like, I have no friends and I'm 25. And so I watched this video and I felt so bad for him, you know. And he was like, yeah, I never had any friends when I was growing up and blah, 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 whatever. And the video had like 700,000 views on it or something like that, right? I was like, oh my God, these people in this community, they're getting a lot of views, you know. Drama's dead. Nobody care about this drama no more. Nobody cares about Miss Tati Westbrook, you know. Or Jeffree Star, the Lonely Doll. Nobody cares, okay, about Shane Dawson. He's so boring anyway. But anyway, so I'm watching this video, and then I like look to see this guy's oldest video, because I thought, well, was his very first video? You know, like I'm 25 and I'm lonely as hell and I ain't got no friends. And I look, and he's been doing videos for like 6 years, okay? So I go back, and I'm like watching some of his story times, and he's like, yeah, this one time, like me and my friends in high school, we were like hanging out getting high under this bridge, and then like the police came along, and I'm like, wait a second though, because you said you're 25 and you ain't got no friends and you never had any friends, right? So then I'm watching it. This has gone on to a whole other tangent, but oh well. So anyway, it's my video. See, look below there, okay? Your name's not listed there. I know you think it is sometimes, but your name's not listed there, okay? It says right there, probably underneath there. Well, maybe, I don't know. Right here, but below, it says Peter Monn. See, that's my name. I like it, okay? I don't care who knows it as long as I never forget it. But anyway, so I'm watching these videos, and I'm watching this guy's story times. I'm like intrigued by him, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm real shy. Like, he always talks about how shy he is and how he has like social anxiety. I'm like, I so relate to that, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't even like to go out like really in public. And he's talking about how he doesn't like to order pizza, and he doesn't like to see people. He doesn't like to go into the gas station. And he's real like he's like really, what does he say? Like, he's doesn't like to, he always like wears a lot of clothes and all this kind of stuff, and he's a pretty good looking guy and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, I don't really understand this stuff. But then his stories, when you go back, he's got all these friends in high school, when later he says he doesn't have any friends in high school. So then I'm like, okay, so I'm doing my deep dive investigation into this guy, because I'm like, he's just using the cloud of the Lonely Hearts Club, see, because he wants to get famous. And I look, and that video is his most viewed video, and guess what? About 2 days later, he comes out, he does a video, and guess what it said? He goes, I'm starting an OnlyFans. And I thought, well, hell bell. Everybody else is going to get their coin up on the OnlyFans. Why not the Lonely Hearts Club too? You know what I mean? So anyway, get your money any way you want to get your money. How did I start talking about that? Oh, Miss Tati Westbrook. Oh, she thinks she's Miss Lonely Hearts Club too? Oh, I don't know. Did you ask me that? Who asked me that? I don't know. Anyway, I forgot completely what I was talking about. Okay, so Tati came back and she took down this, she broke her silence. So now listen, I am so tired of people coming over here and saying, I'm so tired of these clickbaity titles, la 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 la. I'm a drama channel, okay? I'm a drama tea gossip channel. If anybody out there should be able to do a clickbait title, don't you think it's us? Don't you think we're the ones that should be able to do it? Okay, I mean, like, we are literally, I mean, y'all come for us anyway and say that we're the most hateful people on the face of the earth. Anyway, I think we're awfully nice. I do. But anyway, we're basically the Inquirer of the internet. Okay, do y'all go and read these magazines? Even like the better ones like Us and People, they still have things like, you know, like J-Lo and Ben Affleck going to the altar. Oh, I wish. God, don't you? I wish they would. Oh my God, that would make me so happy they're a match made in heaven. But anyway, so it'll say something like they're going to the altar, and then you read the article. They're not going to the altar. They're not getting married. Nobody's yelling at People magazine about that. But God forbid I put in a video, Tati breaks her silence, right? Well, she does. She took down her video. She broke her silence. She ain't done nothing. She ain't said nothing. Hell, all we saw was her up in the mall with some gal that posted a picture on the Instagram, you know? So she has broke her silence, okay? So don't come over here. When I say Shane's plans for his return, Shane has planned his return because that's what this is about. This girl allegedly knowing that it doesn't matter, okay? Are you here for the title? Whoever comes to the video just for the title, you know you're here for me, the Lonely Hearts Club. We're all so lonely, aren't we? We just want to talk about, it's hotter than hell's bells in here. It's hotter than the center of church on Sunday. Anyway, it's about to rain. And in Indiana, when it's about to rain, it just gets hotter outside in the summer. You know, I don't mind it though, but I'm thinking I might go for a night swim tonight. Oh, I forgot. The series finale of Pose is on tonight. I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to cry my eyes out. But anyway, do y'all love that show? Oh my God, that show is so good. Billy Porter. He is so good this season. I mean, he's good every season, but he is really good this season. Dominique Jackson. Love. Okay. But anyway, so Tati, she took this video down, and everybody's like, well, why'd she take the video down? Now, I want to tell you, I am speculating that it's for a different reason. So people are like, just come back, just post a video. Hell, I've been saying that for months. Tati, just come back and say this is my favorite lip liner, okay? Or this is, would you not die? I would faint a million faints, okay, if Tati Westbrook got into a video and she said, today I'm going to review my favorite lip gloss, and she held up Lunar Beauty Celine and she said, when your lips are dry as mine, then it's Lunar Beauty time. I would die if Tati did that. I'd be like, girl, that was the return that we all needed, okay? So Tati, if you're watching, which I know you are, okay? I know you are. Don't act like, these people act like they don't watch our channels and stuff like that. That is the one thing I love about Trisha Paytas. Trisha always, like, watches the videos, you know what I mean? And yesterday liked my posting of the video on Twitter. So thank you, Trish. But anyway, what was I going to say? So people are speculating that Tati's going to come back. And they're like, ooh, is Tati going to do a tell-all? Ooh, is Tati going to do this? What's Tati going to do? I think it's legal stuff. I think if she came out in that video and she said, legal allowed me to say this, legal allowed me to say that, blah, 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 whatever. I think she wanted to leave it up there for a certain amount of time legally. I think there was a time thing on it. I think the time has passed. It's, you know, like maybe 11 months. It's interesting that these things are, like, there's a lot of stuff happening, like, at the 11th month mark. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that's about. That maybe the stuff was, like, before that. But, all these people, I think listen, y'all, I'm predicting it right now. I'm predicting it right this second, okay? Dramageddon 5 is about to happen, you know? And here's the other thing that I think is interesting. You know, Jeffree just pushed through, like I said, okay? Like, I mean, he was hurt by, I think, this whole thing that happened with all of that, but he don't really care. He really don't, okay? He doesn't care about these people. Jeffree Star, I don't think, really has the capacity to care about a lot of these people. Shane Dawson, I don't think that he really cares. You know, when you look at the people that Shane Dawson has chosen to surround himself with in the last year or two, you know, I think these people, they have, well, he's such an empath, you know. I mean, he always feels the feelings of others. I think that he's probably overloaded in feeling the feelings of others, so he chose to be around a lot of people that have no feelings at all. It's probably what it is, which is why he chose to be around the Hair by Jays and the Jeffree Stars and, you know, those people, the Jake Pauls and the boxers of the world and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, but then you have James Charles, which is interesting, right? Because James Charles alone is like on his 16th Dramageddon, you know? James Charles is canceled again for allegations that have nothing really to do about this, except for that Tati in her first video came out and she made these allegations against James Charles that then she retracted in her last statement. So could it be that she took her video down because of all these allegations, and maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that Tati is aware of when it comes to James Charles that we're not aware of, right? Maybe there's, who knows? Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes with James Charles that we're not aware of, right? Because they all seem to kind of like move in the same circles. The other thing is that Tati Westbrook still has these legal cases out, you know? So those legal cases could have a lot to do with that as well, depending on what she said in the video. Maybe she said something in the video that we're not aware of, right? Maybe there was one small sentence and she's like, I gotta take this video down because blah, 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 whatever. So, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why she could take the video down. I do think it's speculative that it looks like it's so close. I think it was June, what was it last year? It was June, well, I think Shane Dawson posted his video June 12th. I feel like I have looked it up enough times to know this by now, but maybe I'm wrong. Here it is. Oh, June 26th was his last video. And on June 21st, he said, I deleted everything. I'm done. For those who wanted me to address it, I did. I'm sure you can find it reposted somewhere, but I don't want this energy in my life or on my timeline. I'm too sensitive for this SHIT, and I'm done. He's so sensitive that he screws up everybody's life, right? Okay, and then it goes on and on and on. So he's so sensitive. He's an empath. Cry me a river, okay? I've heard how you talk about people behind their backs. That's not sensitive, okay? That's not empathetic. I mean, I know being an empath isn't being empathetic, but it's not sensitive, it's not kind, it's not nice, it's not compassionate, it's not even justifiable. But anyway, I don't know what it is, okay? But don't play that. If you want to, listen, okay? If you want to be the villain, come out and be the villain. I just think, but if you're going to do a documentary on Britney Spears, pass. We don't need it from you, you know? Anyway, I'd like to know where that rumor started other than her Twitter, because I'm just real interested about that. And so anyway, let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.